A good smartwatch for $30. Is it possible to get a decent wearable at this tiny budget now in 2022? Here's the new Mibro A1, which comes with a lot of big promises. So, let's inspect. Hi, welcome, good to meet you. Michael here, your tech Mishka, and what we do on the channel is to inspect fresh and cool tech like this buddy, the Mibro A1. This is something with fitness tracking features, dressed as a smartwatch at the ridiculous price of $30, and it's finally a smartwatch which comes from a reputable brand at this price. I can say reputable because Mibro, they have been funded through youpin, which is a platform funded by Xiaomi, so I guess we can count them to the big Xiaomi ecosystem chain. And yeah, it's been for long enough on my wrist so that I can tell you everything about it. So, no, Mibro A1 is not one of a kind. There apparently are a lot of offerings in this segment, and you may have to choose between multiple different brands. Mostly, this choice shall be between the good fitness trackers and the low-cost Chinese white-label watches. Definitely, the launch discounted price of around $30 is very attractive and perhaps a good reason to get the Mibro A1 even just as a backup option, if it really delivers good performance. Unboxing. Nice pack, clearly not premium, but overall the unboxing feels a lot better as compared to the recently reviewed models by Soundpeats or Halo. Some important specs are noted on the box, sliding it out, and this is where the reality kicks in. There's a quick start guide, something which is always very helpful. It's the important pieces of the user guide in a nutshell. Charging tile, magnet-based, looks comfy because the watch is gonna lay down during charging. And here's the Mibro A1 itself. The design looks somewhat familiar. Doesn't feel premium, but materials seem to be alright. The sensors are located in the bottom area, which is in contact with your wrist, and they can extract a lot of health information about you. Maybe before I speak about my experience wearing it for the last 2 weeks, I shall quickly brief you about the technical specs. A 1.28-inch LCD TFT screen, a decent battery providing up to 10 days operation time per charge, HR sensor which can measure continuously, blood oxygen saturation sensor, accelerometer and gyroscope, 20 different workout modes. The watch is waterproof for swimming, has a strap size of 22mm and weight of 42 grams including this strap. Specifications are without any doubt quite basic. You don't have any fancy features like speaker, microphone, smart assistant, LTE connectivity, Wi-Fi module, etc, etc. So it's just the basic, very basic processor. It covers most of the features that fitness trackers can do, like it can track steps, calories, heart rate, continuous heart rate tracking, Spo2, that's blood oxygen saturation, and such kind of similar features that you can find in devices like Mi Band 4, 5, 6, etc. The thing which is quite interesting is the display. Although the case is rather large, the display is just 1.28 inches. Pretty basic, there is no always on option, but on the other hand, good viewing angles. And I believe this design looks stunningly familiar, very similar to the TicWatch E3, which I'm holding here in my right hand. But the big difference, let me show you this here, plastic case, and this here is actually a metal case. That's quite a surprise. Now, I think it's the right time to show you about the actual user experience. You have already noticed the two hardware buttons. Together with touches, taps and swiping gestures, you can control all the functions of the watch. The upper button is the app launcher and the home button. Press and hold brings you to the shutdown menu. The other button opens the workout modes. Quite easy to pick an activity and start tracking it. It doesn't have any press and hold design functions. There are a few main cards. They visualize the most important information that the watch can collect and provide, besides showing the time, of course. Sleep tile, weather, music, heart rate and health summary. This is what is going to appear by default if you swipe left or right from the home screen. Swipe down and here are some quick toggles, shortcut to the settings, the do not disturb mode, screen brightness configuration, and the option to find where your phone is. This is a very standard way of interacting with your watch, very functional as well. So at this point of time I'm quite happy with what I see. The apps available are limited I underline that due to the basic nature of the hardware inside, meaning a very lightweight CPU and small amount of RAM, which Mibro use in order to keep the price low but also to provide extraordinary long battery life, the apps are actually limited and you cannot add or install new ones, unless such get added via firmware updates, which is very unlikely to happen. So these are most of the apps that you would get from any other fitness tracker. Most of them look good, show enough information and are on par with what a decent fitness bracelet like Mi Band 6 is gonna offer. There is a settings area in the bottom, letting you customize the most common functions. Believe it or not, but there seem to be more settings than some other even smarter watches. What you've probably noticed already is the pixelation of the display. First of all, it is not AMOLED, which means that the colors are not vivid and the contrast is mediocre. So is the visibility outdoors on a bright day. Also, the main reason why this watch doesn't provide always-on function, which in 2022 is almost a must-have in my opinion. Surprisingly, but scrolling is snappy, animations are good-looking, so I guess if Mibro release a Pro Edition with AMOLED display and GPS, this could be a killer deal. Anyhow, let's see about the health tracking progress in the smartphone app. It's called Mibro Fit. Doesn't look great. Since this is my second Mibro device that I test, I'm well familiar with its design and functions, and I'm a little disappointed in the fact that there aren't significant updates. Still, functions are good enough to let you visualize a lot of health-related data and partially configure the watch. Here's the sleep tracking info, detailed, and all the important sleep phases are reflected. What is not there, however, are the few minutes of awake time I've had in some of these nights, so take the accuracy with a pinch of salt. HR tracking is also not great. Mibro A1 doesn't do well with detecting sudden spikes in heart rate, which is not what we hope when choosing a fitness-oriented wearable. Spo2 tracking is there, it's on demand, there is no option to make it continuous, perhaps due to the battery optimization reasons. The most unexpected drawback from my point of view is the inability to use your phone's GPS signal for tracking. Some other brands call it connected GPS, and it is a standard feature letting most wearables to connect via Bluetooth to the smartphone and use the GPS signal in case they have no GPS module inside. It's not possible with the Mibro A1, and it's the reason why sports tracking is gonna show very limited amount of data. It will never provide a track route, and most of the info at this point of time looks insufficient. I hope that some updates are going to at least bring some more detailed heart rate data. In the long run, generally I was quite happy with the performance of the watch, but was always putting into consideration the price tag. The usual things, like keeping you informed about health status, heart rate, showing notifications, has been flawless. There is no way to respond to these notifications, by the way, just reading them. Alarms have been very consistent, no missed alarm for about 2 weeks, and that's pretty good. As for shortcomings, the display, which is quite basic, there is no always on-screen mode, no auto brightness adjustment, the watch doesn't support connected GPS mode, has very limited sports tracking data, quite a basic smartphone app with lack of integrations to third-party services, and just a few watch faces. In the end, I think Mibro have done a pretty good job packing all these features within the budget of just $30. And yeah, I think they've masked most of the imperfections in a pretty smart way, like the display, which is quite basic, but viewing angles are actually good, and you can see it outdoors in daytime if you choose a good watch face. In terms of performance, you can see that scrolling is not as irritating as it could be with Moto Watch 100, for example, which costs like 3 to 4 times more. And other little things which make this device a very solid choice for the $30 price tag. I think if you're looking for a fitness tracker dressed as a smartwatch, that would be a great choice. If you're looking for an entry-level budget-oriented smartwatch with all the things that I've mentioned, if you feel comfortable with those, yes, totally, that thing is worth the money. Or probably you can think otherwise, and therefore feel free to share whatever you have to share in the comment section below the video. Also, you're gonna find a link to the product in the video description. I really doubt there's gonna be a discount code given the price tag, but still, you can check around. Don't forget to follow us on various social media places, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael. Hopefully this episode has answered to most of your questions. If not, I'll make sure to do so in the comments. As already mentioned, thanks for watching till the end, and I'm probably gonna see you in our next video. Have a great day, bye!